Hey everybody, hope you guys are all doing okay. Welcome back to Siralim Ultimate, where each episode we make another tiny bit of progress towards maybe one day eventually getting close to completing this absolutely gigantic game. Just a bit of a refresher, how far are we? Well, in terms of achievement points, 27% of the way through, but better to think of this in terms of one small objective at a time. For now, we've been... Well, we unlocked guilds not too long ago, and all 5 of them are down here. This episode, we are going to continue making our way towards the next false god, although I think that's going to be in a couple realms. This realm is just going to be a regular realm with nothing, with no special boss fight going on, I believe. So let's okay, this has the potential to be really annoying. The combination of bad luck for us and good luck for the enemy means if they have any, like, 50% chance of doing X kind of trigger, it could get out of hand. However, hopefully, we can just overpower them via sheer damage. I do really like the item bonus, and we did also spend quite a bit of energy buying things at the Life Guild, so I don't want to be spending too much energy rerolling, especially when we've already got a good bonus. So let's see what we can do. We have already taken a look at the Forgotten Lab. This time, we're going to be going into the Frostbite Caverns. This is another realm that you would encounter pretty early if you were playing the campaign, but early on, the most of the interesting game mechanics wouldn't be unlocked. So playing it in I'm not going to call this the end game just because there's so much left to do, but playing this with all of the game's potential open to you certainly is a very different experience. So let's just jump right into the Frostbite Caverns, and hopefully the hidden realm properties aren't too annoying. Strong against life, death, and nature, I'm okay with those. Always critical damage, I'm fine with that as well. Enemies are fused with gemlings. I confess I don't know much about gemlinks and what that would do. Oh, I didn't read Azrael's opening dialogue. We'll read it because he'll have the same dialogue when we step away. But on donating to Azrael, the god of frost, he says, "My thanks to you." And we gain 150 favor, and here is his opening line. He says, "You seem to be doing quite well for yourself, Darius. Why have you come upon my altar? Well, we came here to make the donation, which we've already done. Now let's carefully make our way through this realm, collecting some buffs. That gave us warded, which is fine, and a bit of health, which is decent. This object is going to give us a bit of favor with this god. And our goal is to kill Yeti families, which seems like a pretty mean thing to do when you phrase it that way, like as us killing families. But you know what? You gotta do what you gotta do to beat your realm quest, I guess. Also, can we should be able to just punch you in the face, right? Yeah. And then just... Yeah, this might be a pretty easy realm for us, I'm hoping. Oh, by the way, and at a certain level, I'll show you exactly which level. Blessings from the gods with Azural. At favor rank 10, those graves will start inflicting enemies with a debuff. Right now they are scorned, which is just gonna make life a little bit difficult for them. Silenced would have been better though, with them casting 4 times. You know what? Scorned is fine. Scorned is fine as well. How many more wandering enemies do we have? 6. Along with the master. Okay. We are going first. So, I'll attack the Colossus. And that has wiped everyone out. So it looks like the good luck, bad luck combination hasn't hurt us that badly just yet. Although I'm sure it's only a matter of time before a really... Yeah, you know what, let's try Rabbit Dementia. Let's see how this... Yep. A bit quicker compared to casting... you know, reincarnation. That would be a much slower way to end that fight, I believe. We'll pick this up. Let's go up here. This should... firewood is for, you know, one of the mini quests in this realm where there'll be huts, igloos rather, where the people in them will be asking for wood, and if we give it to them we'll get some nice loot. We'll also get some nice loot from interacting with this object, this gravesite I believe. And it also debuffs the enemies, and let us see what do. Let's again, Rabbit Dementia seems to select a random target and won't always be the target that you do the most damage to, but still it seems... Ooh, hey, oh, that's a dumpling. Not only is that a dumpling, but that's a dumpling with a special skin. We definitely want to hunt it down. We want to make sure we don't screw this up. So we'll wait on that until we've gotten all our buffs and debuffs sorted out. And hopefully we don't get wiped out by some random encounter, which we shouldn't. We're doing things pretty easily in this realm so far. Let's even get a second debuff by doing that. I'm thinking about creating a second macro, which is specifically casting Rabbit Dementia on my animators, because I'm getting the sense that this might be something that we will be doing pretty often. Oh, I didn't even see what debuff we got. Weak. I don't think that helps us. It would have been nice to get something like snared or like frozen, something that might cause the dumpling to lose its turn if we if it ever did get... Oh my god. Oh. That was unexpected. But okay, that was a little frightening. That was very frightening. Okay. Let's see. Let's try and not lose our run. Enemies have lost more defense. I'll even do this riddle dwarf. Let me make sure I have the answers page open. What do you want? Scourge nature. I was tempted to just say nature, but I think it's something different. Scourge nature is a sorcery. So glad I did not trust my instincts there. Getting us a little bit closer to the 500 correct answers we need to get that achievement done. Alright, let's once again just do this. This time we got through that pretty okay. You know what I should have done is I should have seen what exactly the trait was in that one fight. This is probably our master, yes. In that one fight where, you know, where all kinds of chaos broke loose and a bunch of our people died. It's always good to be on top of that. Now, there's going to be no more random combat, which I'm happy about. Which means we're free to wander around this realm, interacting with things, and the only thing that could be combat is maybe one of these chests is a mimic, but it's unlikely that the mimic will kill us. By the way, this object with these glowing red eyes, those are the Yeti families that we are being asked to kill for this realm quest. I'm not going to do that just yet. You know, the order I like to do things in, I like to do everything else in the realm, get all the collectibles, then I like to fight the master, then I like to do the realm quest. I feel like there was an emblem somewhere that I didn't pick up. Maybe I did pick it up and I just forgot. Yeah, I'm not seeing any stray emblems. Although sometimes those frozen, you see the dumpling on the map there. Sometimes these frozen pools of water trick me into thinking that they're emblems, because if you see them in, like, you know, peripheral vision and you're not looking at them closely, you can they kind of look like emblems, but they're not. So that was probably it. Alright, now we should be able to take out this dumpling pretty reasonably. I'm gonna cast Rabid Dementia, and 2 hits was all it took. This gives us, well, first of all, a whole bunch of experience. Lovely. And a new skin, a dumpling skin. Soft Serve, which is fantastic. While we are here, I'll show you some of the other dumpling skins that I found. We've sorted them by race. Here we go. This one I got from the Spider Caverns. I don't remember where I got this. Maybe Titan's Wound or Torture Chamber feels like an appropriate place to find that skin. This one from either the Forgotten Lab or the Caustic Reactor. This one looks pretty cool. This one, I think, from Orum's realm. You know, the one that's covered in gems. I don't know if you've seen it yet. This one's from the where the dead ships dwell, which we will see much later. You know, it's a pirate, like, shipwreck-themed realm. And this one we just found. Annoyingly, there was one dumpling I encountered in a special realm where it did spawn with the skin, but it was also one of those realms where the enemies had a speed bonus, and the dumpling simply ran away before I could do anything. I think that was either in the Cutthroat Jungle or the Unsullied Meadows, one of the greener looking places Anyway, next on our agenda for this realm, we've got to fight you, the Yeti Master, where we've only beaten you once. He says, my Yetis will freeze your creatures in their tracks. I'll finish you off before you get a chance to move. That is quite the threat. Indeed. Our Rift Dancer did not get a chance to move, but hopefully our one turn can make all the difference, and indeed, all it took was one turn. So that is the Master taken care of. Yeti Mastery is now 2. I should have read what the special trait was, but I just felt confident. I just felt confident. Alright, let's wrap up this realm. We approach the Yeti, the ice encasing it cracks, creature breaks free, and attacks. You summon a bunch of dire wolves. I really should make a macro for this. But I guess it's not that slow. It's just that having the macro would prevent misclicks from happening, because it would for sure target the correct creature, whereas I might accidentally scroll twice to the right instead of once to the right, and as a result hit the wrong creature with it. Once again, our Rift Dancer lost her turn, but ultimately it didn't matter. Realm completed. And unfortunately, we didn't complete our rune. We just need to complete one more mission. Are we close to finishing any missions? We are. We are. One more realm will see us finish that Keyforge mission. Okay. So I think this is a realm where we do get our where we get some summoning action done. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna fight one of them, and I'll see how it goes. The Rift Dancer is going first. Alright, so I am going to actually quickly set up a macro, because it is going to speed things up. So let's... This is a blank macro, so let's create a new one. We'll add a line. It has to start with an if, I guess. So if ally number 2 is alive, has greater than 0 health, cast Rabid Dementia. Do we really have to go all the way down? I guess we do. Almost there. Cast Rabid Dementia on. Now, here's where we've got to be careful. On this creature, I believe means the one who's casting it. On that creature means the one who we introduced later on, like with the health properties. I believe this should correctly cast Rabid Dementia on our animators. Okay, so now I'm going to right now you have macro 3. So I'm gonna temporarily give you macro 5. I'll have to switch it back. Right now you have macro 5. Okay, this should work. And your strategy by default is the macro. Okay, this took a while, but now it's gonna speed things up. It's one of those situations where you spend a bit of time setting it up, but once it's set up, it's gonna be quick. Yeah. Now we can just... It's as though even... It's not as though, like, that's actually what's happening. Even when our animatus isn't going first, this is allowing him to go first, because the person going first is essentially ceding or like forfeiting their turn to the animator. So the only downside, as I mentioned, is we cannot select our target. But for a situation like this, it's not that important. There will be fights where it is very important to target the correct enemy, but we're just fighting some divination candle summons. It's fine. Excuse me? Steel Storm is a bunch of unmitigated garbage. How do they have that spell? Oh, okay. How do they... You know what? This should kill them? But that was very upsetting. Yeah, isn't that an arsenal spell? Let me look this up. Reference list, spells. Steel Storm. Oh, no, it's not. It's just a regular sorcery spell. Got confused. Well, hopefully that doesn't happen again. But aside from that little hiccup, almost got a hiccup myself. Aside from that, we should be able to pretty easily deal with the rest of these guys, especially when we go first. Still no sign of the card for this enemy, but you know what? I'm gonna keep plugging away until you give it to me. You know what, let me check something, because it has been a long time. So, if we go to attract creatures, for certain creatures, like, well, it doesn't show it here. It'll show it in the bestiary. If we go to sort by knowledge, yeah, so some creatures don't have cards. That's what this icon to the right is telling us. So these exotic ones don't have cards, and the animatus doesn't have a card. The Wildfire Efreet definitely does have a card. So does the Treasure Golem, worryingly. How are we gonna find a card for a creature that is itself a rare spawn and cannot be summoned? That's a... I am unamused by what just happened, but this time it was a weaker Steel Storm that they cast, so it didn't cause us as much trouble as it could have. Okay. 7 more of them. Maybe one of them is gonna be kind enough to drop their card. But you know what? I'm happy enough that, well, we cleared the realm. A bit of progress in itself. Beat the master. Another small step. But the highlight, of course, was finding that special dumpling and getting a dumpling skin. Really, really happy about that. We're not... Magic jelly beans. What the hell kind of spell is that? I don't even know. But it killed our Rift Dancer. Not that it mattered in the end, but I was still mildly annoyed. All right. Oh. Did you cast Rabbit Dementia? But then they didn't do anything. You cast it 4 times and then you just didn't attack. It's because you're scorned, right? Yeah. So you cast a spell that did not do anything. That's kind of hilarious. So I guess the scorned debuff did kind of help us in that one battle. Free Archangel's Blessing. Alright. Last group coming up. Alright, well, we didn't get the card, but we killed a few of them, and we got some more resources, if nothing else, a bit more experience, so that's fine. Let's take one last look around this realm, make sure we're not leaving anything behind, and let's end this mission, and probably gonna end the video as well. So a bit of a shorter episode, not even at 30 minutes yet, but there's nothing really to do, because next realm, as I suspected, is going to be the False God fight, Hydronox. No idea what to expect there. And we're not going to be doing that in this episode, because it could take quite a while to get that done. What we could do is, we only have 2 relics right now. We have a large amount of piety that I've not spent. Let's just take a look through the list of relics and see if any of them feel like something that could help our build. So this one is interesting. You press Y to see what the rest of the perks are as you level it up. It's an interesting one. After the bearer gains maximum health, it recovers 50% of the amount gained. This could be good to keep one of our party members kind of healed up as we're gaining maximum health in long fights. 100% chance to avoid damage, minus 10% for each time the effect has activated. This could be a good one to put on somebody who will then taunt and kind of be a lightning rod for enemy attacks, which it kind of wastes with its damage avoidance. So that could be one option. Ass Kicker, I just love its name. This is a... This is a good one because it will send people to the bottom of the timeline. And it'll attack people at the bottom of the timeline. The bottom most enemy on the timeline, so not necessarily... I'm looking at the rank 20 perk. So not necessarily that the enemy has to be on the bottom of the timeline, but whichever enemy is the lowest. Okay, uh-huh. And then you just continue attacking the enemy, you gain speed. You become immune to snared, which is a good one. Attacks and spells ignore 25% of the target defense. This could be a good one for the Rift Dancer. Infernal Charge. What is Infernal Charge? It was a Chaos spell. A random enemy for 200% normal damage. Let's look at a couple more. Amalgam. Oh, this one I was looking at as well. Inverted is an interesting, I believe it's a status effect and not a spell. Yeah, it afflicts the enemy with inverted. And yeah, what does inverted do? Here we go. Inverted creatures heal enemies instead of damaging them with attacks and spells, and damage allies instead of healing them. That actually seems pretty great. But who would we put it on? It was Amalgam. After this relic attacks, it afflicts the enemy with inverted. But it would depend on somebody attacking, which is the one downside. After the bearer manually casts a spell, a random morph spell, I don't know. A random morph spell feels like it could make things a bit too unpredictable. Anyway, you know what I'll do is between episodes, I'll take a long look at the relics. Probably, maybe after the False God fight, I'll take a long look at relics. For now, I just want to come down here, and it's bothering me that the middle of this area is empty, so let's end this episode by doing a bit of decorating. Let's add a decoration. Let's see what kind of interesting statues we've unlocked. Some of them will be things from realms, like this one from that realm. I've forgotten what it's called, but I want like a nice big one. This one almost doesn't even seem like a statue, it just seems like a bunch of people hanging out. Are there any like really cool ones? Oh, we could put some fossils, that could make things interesting. Friend-shaped dough. These are some nice statues from one of the realms. Ratless. I actually like that one. Is there something... Tribute to the... Ooh! Wyatt's globe seems like it could be nice. Story of Jinx. Tiamat's will. And this is a 2x2, so we can kind of place it in a central kind of spot. But let's do it like this. Let's put it here, and then let's put stuff around it. So can we find some statues with a base of only one? Like this one? That's very small. This one. That one? Maybe? Nah. This one's another 2x2 situation. What we could do is, we could put this, and then we could put the same thing but reversed on the other side. Is that something we want? Is that something we want? Or something else? Let's look at... maybe plants. How about some plants? Ooh, there are 7 pages of plants. Too many plants. Maybe if I just rush through these, something's going to... no, maybe... I don't think we put a plant there. I think we want to put... Columns? Maybe... Ooh, maybe columns could be good. Celestial pillar. Seems interesting. Sanctum Umbra column. Summer pillar. What if we put a few celestial pillars? Let's, how would that look? Like that. Like, I don't know, like this maybe, like that. This. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm actually going to remove all of them, which is a nice, handy thing we can do. You know what? Let's just leave it like this for now. At least this area doesn't feel that empty. And maybe down the line, after we've unlocked more decorations, we'll find, you know, the perfect stuff to put around it. I'd like to put some statues. I'll take another look through the statues, probably off camera. Like, off camera, I'll mention it just in case you're wondering. I won't be doing anything that results in game progress. It'll mainly just be reading through the codex, making notes for things that might improve my build, or things like that. So you don't have to worry about missing any of the actions. But anyway, I think that is going to be all for this episode. Bit of a shorter one, but like I said, we only had the one realm to do, and we did it quite handily. The highlight, of course, was that special dumpling, which gave us a new dumpling skin. But other than that, you know, we beat the realm, beat the master, the usual stuff. Next episode is going to be a bit more daunting, though, because we take on another false god. Another false god that I'm going to be seeing for the first time, and hopefully it goes well. But yes, hope you enjoyed this episode, and hope you'll stick around for the next one as well. And until then, take care.